Hi, this is Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are dealing with a topic that will deal with you as a young man. And I want to address the spirit of assertiveness. And I want to bring the spirit of assertiveness from you by speaking about this topic that speaks about nurturing the assertive self in you. Nurturing the assertive self in you. Now, as a young man, we are living in a life where we interact with many people. We speak to different people in our families, speak to people in our friendship cycles. We speak to people also working places, school places, and different places. We speak to people. And as we interact with people, it is very important as a young man to learn how to become assertive and bring about the assertive self in you, because it is going to help you to cope with actually the life or the demands of life. Actually, very, very important that we speak about this topic, and it will help you as a young man. Now, how do you then nurture the assertive self in you? How do you develop assertiveness in you? Because it's very important that you develop that. The first thing that I want to mention, if you want to develop the assertive self in you or nurture that assertive self in you, you must be able to manage your emotions. Must be able to manage your emotions, and don't raise your voice when you speak to people. Now, managing of emotions starts with the voice, because the tone of a voice, basically, it actually speaks a lot. And raising of the voice actually speaks a lot into what you feel and how you feel. And that is the reason why when you speak to people and raising your voice, they already can actually pick up how you feel. Now, the tone of voice becomes very important. And there are many of us who are not actually aware that the tone of our voice can actually speak a lot. It can actually convey a lot of messages into the people when you speak to them. So don't raise your voice as a young man when you're speaking to people, because immediately you learn to raise your voice, or you start to raise your voice, it becomes a habit. And every time you speak to people, then you raise your voice. It's like you're angry. It's like you are upset. It's like you are shouting at people. And when you do so, then what it does, it actually puts the people off, and they cannot be ready to listen to you anymore. Now, I've realized that many times when you raise voice towards people, it's a sign of disrespect, and most of the people don't want to listen to you anymore. Now, as a young man, be calm. Always make sure that when you speak with the right tone to the people. And manage your emotions that way, because that's the only way you're going to control your emotions. Remember that your emotions can be reflected by the tone of the voice, as I've said earlier. It will be actually reflected by what you say and how you talk. And that how you talk means a lot actually for whether the people receive what you're saying or not. So it is very important, therefore, if you want to be assertive to people, if you want to speak to people in an assertive manner, manage your emotions, don't raise your voice. Assertiveness is a necessary skill if we are going to get it right, if we are going to get ahead in business, if we are going to be able to get ahead in our careers. Assertiveness is very important if we are going to enhance relationships with others. And therefore, it is very important that we don't ignore the fact that you need to manage your emotions as a young man. And secondly, I want you to understand and acknowledge the opinions of others before stating the case for your own. Because many times we are actually quick to respond. We are actually listening to people with actually an anticipation to respond. And that is why many people don't listen with the reason of listening or with the reason of understanding. Many people listen to others with a reason of preparation to how to respond. And before the person finishes what they are saying, we're already ready to respond, because that's the only thing that is in our minds. When you are ready to respond to things that you didn't hear properly, and that is the reason why you cannot be assertive when you are not able to understand and acknowledge the opinions of others. Remember that people have got different opinions, and our opinions are not the same like their opinions, and their opinions are not like our opinions, of course. And each time people have their own opinions, it would mean then that you need to understand them. You need to really understand that we are all unique, we see things differently, and we therefore also understand things differently. So my opinion therefore cannot be like your opinion. When you start to understand that and acknowledge the fact that opinions of others are different from yours, and you understand them before you state yours, you'll realize that the time you start stating your own opinions is the time when you will state them a bit more appropriately and becoming more assertive. And assertiveness, therefore, develops from the backdrop that you've listened to all, you've heard what the opinions of the people are saying, you've heard what they are actually thinking about the situation, and based on that, then you respond appropriately, and that's what we call assertiveness. Now, as a young man, if you want to nurture the assertive self of you, inside of you, because you are assertive naturally, and therefore, every one of us grow up with an element of assertiveness in us. It is actually depending on us to shape our assertiveness, to be able to have this kind of knowledge so that we know then how to nurture the assertive self in us, to be able to become assertive when we communicate to people. Understand and acknowledge the opinions, because when you don't understand the opinions of people, and you always think that you are Mr. Right, and every opinion of yours matters more than other people's opinions, you're not going to be able to be assertive, because you're going to shut people down when they try to express their own opinions, when they're trying to explain how they feel and how they see, or their perspective as well about things in this world. And when they start to try to paint a picture of how they see the environment, you're going to shut them down because you are not open to the opinions of others. Now, it is very important, if you want to nurture the assertiveness of yourself, or the assertive part of you, you are going to need to acknowledge that other people's opinions can matter as well. It cannot only be about you. It cannot only be about your opinions. It cannot be only your ideas that matter, but other people's ideas may matter. Now, let me tell you this, that you need to listen to other people's opinions, because that's the only way we learn, because we don't know everything in this world. And we don't know everybody in this world. We don't know every place in this world. So therefore, because of that reason, we learn some things from other people who have experienced things differently from us. There are people that have been exposed to different environments that we may have not been exposed to. There are many people that have experienced other things that we may have not experienced. So therefore, what they are saying becomes very, very important for us to listen with a mind of understanding instead of listening with a mind of responding. We must not be listening with anticipation to respond, but we must always listen with anticipation to say, I want to learn out of what the person is saying, because they might have experienced something that I don't know. You deny yourself of learning opportunity as a young man. You deny yourself of developing assertiveness as a young man if you are going to shut down opinions of others, and also shutting down the ideas that other people are having. Because the perspectives of people are different, and that's what makes it pleasurable to live in this world. And that is what makes it a joy to be part of this world. That's what it means to become fellowshipping with others. That's what means to actually socialize with other people. And that is why we need each other in this world. And you cannot be a master of everything. And that's the reason why, if you understand that background, you would understand that we definitely need each other. And when we need each other, therefore, we are going to develop assertiveness from each other. We are going to learn how people present themselves in the midst of others. We're going to learn how people deliver actual speeches or even their ideas to other people. And because of that, we may have thought that we are doing things right. But after watching others and listening to others and opening up to their opinions and understanding actually and acknowledging their opinions, it is going to be very important that you are going to start learning from other people. And when you're open to do so, then you definitely learn and become an assertive young man. And I want to see you very assertive as a young man because it's very important. That's a skill that is going to help you to break the ground and to become successful in your life when you are assertive. And each time you approach a business with assertion, a proper assertion, you're going to be successful. You approach your career with proper assertiveness, you're going to be able to be successful as well. And I'm emphasizing the importance of assertiveness in you as a young man, and that will open doors for you. I want to end up here today. Your host, Micornus, Phokane. Thank you very much for listening to us and be part of this great topic. And I hope that you've learned quite a bit out of it. You will be able to use it. You'll be able to be assertive and become a better person. And I hope it means a lot to you and you'll become a better person always. And allow me to, before I check out, to remind you of our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane, and our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum. Both like them, please. Make sure that you click notification buttons as well. Remember our YouTube channel, which is rich with information. It is having a lot of videos that we've posted in the past. Please learn out of those as well. Subscribe to our video. Make sure that you're part of this great work that we do. And you will gain and you'll become a better young person of the future. And you will develop into extraordinary man of the future as well. I want to end up here today. Your host, Micornus Phokane. Thank you very much for listening to us and be part of this great topic. And allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.